So, October 30th, 1- and 2-step equations. Today we begin what many believe to be the core of Algebra 1, solving equations. We'll start with some really basic stuff to practice, the one-step equations. If you have something like s and you add 14 to it to get 30, to get s by itself, we cancel out negative 14, and for this equation to remain equal, we do the same to the other side. 14 minus 14 goes away. We're left with only s on the left side, and 30 minus 14 is equal to 16. Similar idea here, we add 21 to both sides and we get m is equal to 57. Here we divide by a negative 5. We always divide by the coefficient of the variable, which is the number directly in front of it. And we end up with 21 is equal to g. And the last one, since b is on top of a fraction, that really means we're dividing. So we can multiply both sides by 11. Cancels out here on the right, in the same way that the negative 5's canceled out. And we end up with 77 is equal to b. So now we're looking at two-step equations, and we do this in the reverse order of operations, just like we've been practicing. So the first thing we do is subtract 5 from both sides, and we get negative 7x is equal to 0. And then we divide by the coefficient, which still will give you 0 in this case. If we go down 1, we'll subtract 10 from both sides, and we end up with negative 6x is equal to 66. When we divide by negative 6, we get x is equal to negative 11. Next one, 6x plus 3 is equal to 69. We start by subtracting 3 from both sides. 6x is equal to 66. We divide 6 on both sides. X is equal to 11. Here we subtract 8 from both sides. Notice the order changed. The x term is now second, but we still subtract the constant. So we end up with nothing here. Negative 2x is equal to negative 4. When we divide both sides by negative 2, we get x is equal to 2. We subtract the constant first, so 3x is equal to 33. So when we divide by 3, we get x is equal to 11. When we subtract 6 from both sides, this brings us further negative to negative 28. Then when we divide both sides by 7, we get x is equal to a negative 4. A few more. Z plus 9 is equal to negative 27, so we subtract 9 from both sides, and we get x is equal to negative 36. Z, not x. Here we multiply both sides by 7 to cancel out the division, and we get negative 70. Here we add 17 to both sides, which brings us into the positives, and in fact k is equal to 5. Here we divide by 10 on both sides, and we get negative 90 is equal to a. On the back, let's start at the bottom, just do a few. So here on the right, we subtract 9 from both sides, we get 6x is equal to 6, we divide by 6, x equals 1. Here we subtract 1 from both sides, we get 6x is equal to 18, we divide by 6, x is equal to 3. We add 6 to both sides, 3x is equal to 33, we divide by 3, x is equal to 11. We subtract 3 from both sides, we get 3x is equal to 6, we divide by 3, we get x is equal to 2, and so on and so forth.